Sunflowers. How are you on this Sunday evening? I can't believe, look at this. Can you believe it?
Yes.
I waited, what, October, November, December, January, February. I waited 5 months to have this at 6:30 on Eastern time. Isn't that what we're on?
Yes, we are.
So, well, what can I say? So, anyway, what we're going to be talking about today is, of course, the eclipse. We're going to be talking about people's fears, like what does all of this mean? We're going to be talking about Chiron. Chiron, isn't that how you
Yes,
say?
Chiron.
Chiron, how it's affecting us, and most of all, what we need to look forward to. Bless you, baby Crown.
Oh, thank you.
Sounds so cute. You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay. So anyway, let's give it to Baby Corn because she's the one that she has been insisted. She was like, I gotta do this. This is hers. So I am here as the crone. Baby Crone, take your show, baby.
Okay, thank you. Well, interestingly enough, Baby Crone was interested about this solar eclipse that is happening tomorrow on April 8th. However, I came across a video that gave the perfect sentiment that I needed Lady Crone to come help with me today. And I'm going to read to you guys a Bible verse, Luke 21:25, that I have gotten from a video. And it states,
Wait a minute. It gave her the heebie-jeebies.
Yes. And let me make sure I get the allegedly running across the bottom. So in the video, in this quote, it says, "There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea." Now, you know what that says. Look to the stars in astrology and you will see signs. So, Lady Crone.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain to me what does the Bible have to say about the end times and looking towards the stars?
Well, first of all, the end times is not yet. Okay. Because the sun, we got maybe 1 billion years or whatever. The sun has to come closer. However, the sun has come way, 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 way closer. We're feeling it in climate change. So as the sun becomes more and more closer, we're going to feel the heat even more in various places because the sun is going to come closer and closer. Like it's closer now, right? It's causing skin cancer. But years ago, or 1,000 or 2 years ago, it wasn't like it was far, far away. Now, you can look at it. It's so close to you. And it's just going to come closer until what? We are consumed.
Yes.
That is how it is going to work.
I like the sound.
I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Did that help you, baby?
Yes, that did.
You have another question.
Yes, I do have another question. And it's actually in regards to the fact of this eclipse is bringing perplexity or allegedly this eclipse could bring complexities, because I believe that the government was saying just a year ago that the best place to go see the eclipse was in Texas. And that it was going to be cloudy in the north.
And raining.
And now the weekend before the eclipse, it has completely flipped itself. And it's now supposed to be cloudy in Texas and clear in the northern part of America, which just recently had an earthquake. Well, we're just going to leave that one alone for a second.
Okay. What was your question?
My question is, what is the perplexities that this eclipse is being surrounded? Because it's like a cat and goose chase.
Well, for me, and from what I understand, it really, the thing about the I have a visual line in, so be patient with me. One more time.
What is
I'm gathering.
Yes.
Go ahead.
What is the confusion surrounded around this eclipse?
First of all, this eclipse is going to last 20 years. We already know that we are going to be in Chiron for how long?
Chiron is changing signs in 2026.
In 2026. So we know for the next 20 years, and Saturn also plays a big part in all of this. Yes?
Yes, as well as Pluto.
Okay, so Baby Cone is going to explain those things. So because of all these signs, these are signs that America is sick. We're going to go 20 years. As you see, there's being an uproot of evil. Truth is coming out in your family, in the world. It has no name on it. It's just coming out, especially in the especially in the United States, because this is where it's pointed.
Yes.
This is our birth chart. This is what is showing on America's birth chart. Just like I have a birth chart. When I was born, you have one. Well, America have one. And they are saying during this time, during this critical time, and also we entered into the new age of Aquarius,
yes,
which is the age of enlightenment, which is the age on a higher level. However, you got to understand, as that sun gets more and more and more close, your skin is not going to be able to bear it. So you're going to have to evolve into another way of thinking.
Okay.
Everything is changing. It's changing now, and people are struggling. But what I see is going to happen, and I've really been meditating, and this have a lot to do with CERN. CERN was open in about 6, 8, 9 a year. I'm just saying round it off to less than a year ago. CERN closed down. CERN opened, CERN closed down. CERN deals with dark matter.
Yes.
Okay. And CERN, they had told me, I seen this video a long time. I was trying to get it because when I come on, I don't study. It is what it is. I just, because if I study, I'm concentrating. So I just either know it or I don't. So anyway, CERN is dealing with this dark matter. And so they have said many people have experienced weird things, dreams,
yes,
everything has been going on in CERN. But the one thing they said about this dark matter, please listen to me. This dark matter is supposed to bring out the negativity in all of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the skies now is aligned for this to happen. Why? Because you got Saturn, you got but you got Chiron, which is the wounded healer. Yes. So that means we're going to go through some things. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through something as a nation. Okay. And what is happening? We are about to be war, but I feel like we're in war. Yes. I feel like we're in war with Israel.
I'm not going to lie.
I just feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
No judgment. I feel that way.
That's the sentiment I'm getting from watching videos on the internet and even TikTok. People really believe America is currently leave the world behind, with all the recent disasters happening, and they're connecting the parallels. But
the main thing that what I'm concerned, there's going to be an influx in people like having nervous breakdowns. Mm-hmm. There's going to be an influx in people not being able to cope with the daily things as things tighten up, everything is becoming more and more artificial. Yes. You know, people don't really take care of their health. You know, I see these mukbangs where people be eating and gorging themselves on all this food that is really not healthy for them. Mm-hmm. You know, we're living in a time where everything is artificial AI. Yes. From your food. So it's a time to be wary. So you got to understand the government knows this. Our government is in such a shambles. Mm-hmm. What do you mean that a president they were trying to impeach, right?
Yes.
Is trying to run back, and it looks like from where we're sitting, mm-hmm. he's going to be president, and the world is split about it.
Yes.
So this is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're still at a place where we have one of the famous Black men in America for the P word.
Yes.
And his son.
Yes.
And we have the famous singer in our world next to, one of them. She's not the famous, but one of them, because I can't leave out my Taylor. One of them, right? Mm-hmm. She's up there with the greats. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Old and young. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and yet their marriage is falling apart. She's into other spiritual natures, and he's hooked up in all this.
Yes.
This is where we are.
Yes.
You understand? Nobody tells the truth. Where are we? We are in a place where men are saying they want to be women.
Yes.
And saying they are equal to us.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to take over womanhood. Not all, but this is where we are.
Yeah.
You understand? We're in a place where people don't like one another at all. There is no kindness. We're in a place where our famous ministers are falling from secret things that they do in the dark.
Yes.
And they preach the gospel of prosperity and rob you blind. And even though we're finding the truth, many still stay under the bondage out of shock because they sold so much into a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. We're living in perilous times in America. Everything is falling apart.
Yes.
And everything has to fall apart to be built up again. I hope that helped.
That does help, because I do want to touch on that fact.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's a little something interesting about this eclipse that's happening on April the 8th, which is on Monday.
Mm-hmm. And all this is the inhaling of what we're about to go through mentally.
Yes, because it's in the sign of Aries.
Go ahead. Talk to them about it. Yes.
The sign of Aries, which is all about your mentality and how you assert your individuality in the world. And how you communicate with others. Mm-hmm. It's very important. And people's having a problem. We have a hard time communicating. Mm-hmm. And now, and this is why Chiron is here. Yes. To help us heal. Mm-hmm. We got 20 years. Yes. Until the next solar eclipse after this. That's a lot to be said that is happening at a time like this. And we're getting ready to go through an election. Yes. There are so many things. This is no coincidence. You know that there are people believing that the government is having something to do with this. Yes. Do you know with this particular eclipse, all eclipse and moon eclipse, but this is high magic season. Yes. This is time for high magic. Mm-hmm. Do you know we're entering into the Jewish holidays? Yes. This is high magic. This eclipse is the healing. If you can get out on the time, get out there and get some of that energy. Please. Just go outside, make some tea, put it in the sun if you can. Mm-hmm. Get this energy. It is authentic. It is real. Don't think you're going to feel anything. You just got to know that you got it. You bathe in it. It's only for 2-3 minutes at best. Yes. And also on top of that, because what's so important about this eclipse as well, and America, mm-hmm. is that America is having a Chiron return, which is when Chiron returns to the same part it did in the birth chart. Mm-hmm. However, because we're not in July and we're in April, we're feeling this energy early. So mm-hmm. we're getting to feel the undertone of what America's getting ready to come through in this healing energy to help us evolve, help us become maybe a less self-absorbed country, because a really strong Aries can put so much of their energy out there that they can also harm themselves in return because they're too boastful and too powerful and maybe abusive in that sense. Also, you got to also, and when Baby Chrome mentioned the movie, what was the name of it? Leave the World Behind. We already been through phase 1. We already been separated. Yes. So they know how to handle that. Do you think that, the question is, I believe that these preppers know something. I believe that these church people on TV that's selling you this, they know something. Yeah, you're right. Do I do it? No. Why? I don't know. I said, $150.
It just seemed expensive to me. I don't know.
I understand.
You understand?
Yes, I do understand.
You know, I always say I'll do it, but then I'll be like, I'm just one of those ones that, what do they say? You know, I didn't believe. I believe, but I don't believe.
Okay.
Half in, half out. I believe, but not enough to react.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
probably be the one at the last minute saying, oh, where is mine? Because my thing is, if something going to happen, what good is food going to do with me?
Yeah, you're right.
If they drop a bomb or something that's got radiation, like they did that in the movie with that sound radiation, and his teeth fell out, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
What good is food?
Yeah, you're right.
So these things are not, I don't want to say don't be concerned about them. I'm just saying this is a time to understand that this warfare we get ready to enter into is mental.
Yes.
And CERN, I saw a video about 3-4 years ago. CERN let out these spirits, and they were saying if these dark energies come on earth, well, they're here. And they saying that they show people throwing themselves through car windows. They so just going insane because of the energy.
Yes.
It's the energy in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wish I could stress that.
Yes.
Like, I just wish I could I don't know how to I'm telling you the truth, you know, and I was meditating and meditating and meditating. And, you know, when we had Corona, I didn't know that's what it was. I didn't know what it was. And I was in the church, and this is what made me stop going to church. I was in the church that I was attending, and I said to a lady, I said, I had a vision. It was so real. I was talking on the phone as I was having it because I had to call someone. It was like I was living it. And I said, please, can I said, but I was shaking because, you know, I don't want to tell something about what I saw and it don't come to pass. Okay.
Right.
So, and I said, can I? And she told me no. So I couldn't tell it. And so that same vision I had, that it's going to come a time. And this is 4 years ago. That's how minds work. Mm-hmm. They don't work like I could tell you something today, but it may happen 3 years from now. Right. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. And I'm feeling this so strongly. And what I was said to tell you by my ancestors and the gods that they praise said that this is a mental war for each individual. Each individual will be tested. Why? Is Jesus coming? No, but the aliens are. They are coming. You don't have to believe that. Mm-hmm. You say, how do I know? Jesus put it like this. Okay. He says, as the lightning shine from the north or to the east to the west, so shall the coming be. The coming of the Son of Man. In other words, the coming of the gods. And he said, now, if you know anything, because I had a glimpse of how fast they move. It's like they could be here and like lightning, they gone. Okay. I witnessed it. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. Here, gone. Okay. Is that, you could see it here, and I've seen on TV where it's over there. That's true, that's true. You can say, I don't believe what you want. Yeah. Somebody put those scriptures here. Mm-hmm. Somebody said we needed a guideline for earth, whether it's the Quran, whether it is the Bible, whether it is the Torah, whether it is the, did I name them all three? Yes. All three of them. The major religions in here, even Buddha, because I am a Buddhist in some sense. Mm-hmm. People, it's mental. Yes. This is mental, everything about it. And you're weakening. They're weakening us. How? By the feeding us what they're feeding, but they can't help it. They got to make artificial food. Why? Because they tapped out the resources. They keep building and building and building. Yes. we tap out because of the greed.
Yes.
You understand? Trees should be abundant.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want that, so they make sure that they make female trees or male trees. They don't make the female because they won't want them to mate. When you're walking down the street, it should be food trees everywhere, fruit trees for every season.
Yes.
But they're not going to do that.
No.
Because it will hurt their pockets. You understand?
Yes.
There should be a garden where you could go and just pick a sweet potato. It should be plenty, but it's not like that.
No.
Because of the greed. It was like that. There was a bartering system. But now who barters? Cash is king.
Yeah.
Cash rule. And we are evolving into a cashless society. And they are rearranging and everything. This what we're going through. Brace yourself. This is going to be mental.
Stephanie said, wow, great story.
I wish it was a story. I wish it was a story, Stephanie, my love. But I like to say this. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Yes. Look to the sun, the stars.
One day, it could be this year, it could be next year, it could be the year after next. You sitting around and you minding your business, and you done heard that people just going crazy or having nervous breakdowns, and you're going to be like, how in 20 years? Because of the pressure, because of judgment in America, because of the blood in America. And it's just not for the white people. It's for everyone here in America. It's affecting the Americas. Do you understand?
Yes.
That Chiron is affecting the Americas. And it's affecting us. Why? Because all of this is happening around our birthday.
Yes.
Which is in a few months.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, America does have a chart of when she was born. She has a birth, what is it? A birth chart. A birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, baby clone.
Yes. And also what I would like to touch on, speaking about Chiron and the importance about this Chiron return is, and the Independence Day as well.
Mm-hmm.
This Chiron return represents an energy that America was feeling at the time when they had an upheaval or a revolution, because it was time to make a change. It was time to,
like now,
be bold, which is a very Aries quality, because that's what the ram does. The ram is strong and is able to burst through the ground and sprout seeds during the spring.
He's seeding.
Yes.
He's a male. He's a bull. A ram.
A ram.
Isn't a ram? What is a ram? A ram is, what is a ram? I want to know what a ram is. But either way, it is male. It is strong.
It's a sheep. A male sheep.
A male sheep. I knew it was something. And it's a male. And I saw that movie, what was called Lamb. That was good. That tripped my mind out. That movie made me think quick about animals. They know and see and understand things we don't understand. Okay, that was a good movie. It's kind of dark and dreary, but I like intellectual movies. I like movies that test my intelligence. But no, this is not a story. And like I said, I feel better because now I've said what I had to say. My main thing that I want to say is what's hailing in along with the new age.
Yes.
This is a mental thing. We're just coming out of the dark ages. The dark ages, what do you mean? Pisces, we was in the age of Pisces. Yes. Remember when Jesus was on the earth, he did everything with water. He was on the water. He was a fisherman. He would tell them, go out there, cast their nets. He was even in a storm. Everything dealt with the seed and the earth and the water. Now, we're not on that. We're on AI now. Yes. We're on artificial intelligence. Even when it comes down to our food, our medicine, everything. Yes. They're going to start having clinics where you could just go in and put some information and they give them your arm or whatever and they tell you about yourself. This is where we're going. Why? Because they want people more in and not out.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
It's
I do.
better, excuse me, it is better to keep an eye on you if I have everybody in.
Yes.
It may not be good for you, but it's good for me in being able to control.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If I could, I think of a lot of things. I don't know how they're going to do it, but the one thing they know that will work is keeping people separated.
Yes.
That's phase one. That's done. Now, what do you do when you have, and remember, every time something goes on, they always say mental,
Yes.
because they know a lot of people can't handle it. Right? So what is coming up on the scene now? And I can't stress it enough. This is a mental war for each individual in the Americas.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is not a test. This is just what's happening.
Yes.
You feel just like when it's a full moon, you might feel a little frisky. You might feel down. You might feel depressed. Whatever. It has effect on us. And here you having the moon eclipsing the sun. Am I right?
Yes.
What, and so much so that it causes it to be darkened.
Yes.
You are sawdust made from the very earth of the earth. Don't you think you're going to feel this thing? If the earth shook, wouldn't your body shake? Yes. Well, everything that goes on in the universe, you are the universe. And everything inside of you shake. And because Chiron is where it is the wounded healer. It is there because we're going to need him.
Yes. It's time to evolve, shed some of those wounds, heal some of those wounds.
Hey, baby, come open up the lines and see if anybody want to say anything.
Okay. If anybody would like to call in.
We have anybody there? This was so not planned. I just said that because I didn't know Baby Comb came to me and she really wanted to deal with this. And I said, you know what? I got you, girl.
Right. And something that I really would like to stress.
Are the lines open?
Yes, it is. I have the link right here across the video if you would like to join the Discord in order to call in.
Or if you just want to leave a message, it's open. Yes. If no one shows up, it's okay, because at least we know we're doing something. Anyway, how do you like it? Let me know, please. Let me know, do you like this conversation? Yes. How does it make you feel?
Please give us
feedback. Let me some feedback. Someone out there, if you care anything, how does this conversation make you feel when you know where we are now? Yeah. This is the new age. Yes. We're in it. Mm-hmm. Everyone kept on saying, when it's the new, it's here, you're in it.
Yes.
Now, some people say, we waiting tomorrow. Okay. Fine, but the stars are telling you that everything is in a change. It's an alignment.
Yes, new events after event.
Everything is letting you know. But this Aquarius is mental.
Yes.
You understand? And go ahead, baby.
I was saying the airwaves, because Aquarius is an air sign, which is all about mental and how you communicate, because you really do communicate on a frequency and wavelength.
And we have to evolve. Why? Because the sun is coming more and more closer. So if that sun is coming more and more closer, not only do we have to adapt physically, we have to adapt mentally. Now, many of us won't be here 20 years from now because the earth is still going to be purging and bringing in life. But this is another thing. This is why they are worried about people having those A's, right? Because they want more babies on the earth.
Oh, yes.
Right? There's a lot of things that's going on. However, the government works like this. The government has a very, very good eye of what's going on. And there is a cabal out there of the elite of the elite, the movers and the shakers, the ones that make this what it is. Mm-hmm. They say who goes to war. Yes. These are powerful people. We don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. But they are connected, I truly believe, like a vein from one coast to the other. Yes. It is a small group. What do you mean? It could be like 200 people, 300, maybe not that many. Okay. But these people they are powerful. They are wealthy. They are rich.
And they understand.
They know because they are setting things in motion. Right now, as I speak to you, I lied to you not. They know that this is the high magic moment.
Yeah.
They know this. And you may say, let me go a little deeper.
Okay.
Since we in the
Miss Cynthia said, I've always felt that there was some there. I always felt that this was coming.
It is here. It's like anything. You got 20 years. I may not be here in the next 20 years. I hope so because I want to see it. However, I don't want to be here because it's not a good time.
Okay.
This is not going to be a good time.
You're right.
You know, it's not a good time now. Look at the inflation, the food, the cost of living. People are leaving this country and thousands and billions of people want to come in. Mm-hmm. To live here it makes your eyes bulge out your head.
Yes.
You go to the market, you spend $200 and you leave out with 3 bags.
Something's got to change.
This is crazy. There was a house that you used to get for like $250,000, $300,000. Now you paying $600,000 and $700,000 for this house that could fall apart. That they could easily take a bulldozer and get rid of it.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Somebody commented, Stephanie says, what are your plans for the eclipse? Will you be watching? What will be a good way to connect with the earth?
When the eclipse comes, be outside. Make sure you have your glasses or whatever, protect your eyes, and just get that energy. That's Chiron. Get that energy. That is Saturn, right? Chiron. And who is in the planet?
It is Chiron, the moon, the sun, and Pluto is also included.
Pluto. And Pluto, remember, that's way, 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 way. So Pluto made it all the way up to this day to be there.
Mm-hmm. And Pluto,
the last one.
Age of Aquarius.
Go ahead, talk, baby.
When Pluto entered into Aquarius,
that was
actually just, I think, at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, right. That was it.
Yep. That was it. That's when we declared the marking of the new age. And here we have this solar eclipse happening that's also being interacted with the new age of Aquarius. And it's not a very good aspect. It's actually a stressing aspect. So we're feeling that energy, that tense energy.
And you will feel it.
In us.
Just like you feel when the moon, just like you feel when it's a rainy day and it's been raining and it's been raining for 3 days. You just start feeling sluggish. Or if it's dark and it's dismal, you start feeling it. If it's cold, just 1 day too long, you just be like, this is how we are affected. Our bodies are these things, say the word. Thank you. Visual line. Go ahead, baby.
Yes. So what would be the best way to connect with the earth at this time during the solar eclipse?
What baby Crone and I are going to do, we got our glasses. Get them over there, baby Crone.
Okay.
On the table. They right there. We got our little glasses. I ordered them because we were going away. But I didn't want to spend like $1,000 for 2 nights and it rained. They had me so afraid to that it was going to rain. Get your glasses.
Yes. Solar eclipse glasses.
I can't see nothing. You got them on, baby Crone.
Oh my God, you're right. I can't see nothing.
I can't see nothing. But have your solar eclipse, your glasses, and what else? What we're going to do, I'm going to make some tea. I'm going to put it out in the morning. I'm going to put a couple of tea leaves in it. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm definitely going to make some tea. I'm going to sit it out there. And I have a good place because the sun beams right down on my house. Yes. So baby Crone and I, all we got to do is back up and get a chair and just see. I can't wait. My trees are so high, so I thought we wouldn't see it, but the sun is higher than the trees, and we have a fantastic view.
Now, I do think, thank you, Stephanie. You did bring this to my
Did I answer her question?
Yes, you did. I am wondering, would it be another good way to get connected to the earth is to be barefoot outside?
That would be wonderful, but I don't want anybody to get a cold.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, if you live in a warm weather, I would be out there with no shoes on. I want the vibration. You want it. And I know you might say, but you don't feel anything. Don't go on feeling. Just go on you have energy, chakras in your body.
Meditate.
Don't think about that. Think about, I have energy centers in my body. Let them get that. Come on. They need it.
Yes.
You could be blocked. This is Chiron, the healer. Get that sun. That is what I recommend. Now, if it's raining, boo, then you won't get it. It won't be no need me putting it out. I'm gonna put it out early, but I know it's gotta be out there when it's coming because I want that energy. Yes. I want it. And we're gonna have some tea and we're gonna have some sun tea. And what else I'm going to do? And we're going to go outside and we're going to look and we're going to see. We're so excited. We all ready because we was ready to take a trip to Ohio.
Yes.
But I couldn't drive 7 hours to Ohio because baby had to go back to college. She didn't want to miss no days. So we had to go and come back for 2 days. And then they said it was going to rain. And I said, I think it was a decoy. So a lot of people wouldn't go.
Yes.
Because I didn't have that kind of money to waste.
Oh, especially hearing about hotels canceling reservations and hotels are even charging so much.
Right. Because it's going into a lot of these little small places and they're telling these people you have to stock up, get your medicine, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And I get it. This is totality. I want to see it. I may not be here for the next 20 years. And you may not be here either. This is a phenomenon. This is beautiful.
Yes.
What I like to think, yes, the sun is going to shine. Yes, the moon. But what I like to think it is, this is a day of a new dawn. This is like America is falling asleep. I like to look at it that the sun is turning her back on us for 20 years.
Yes.
In other words, I like to think that she is just going to let us come to our own abrupt end. There's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen in the next 20 years. And a lot of them are not going to be good. Just remember, you heard it from me. So when you're sitting and you just saying, yeah, because I told you when I had that vision of Corona and I saw them giving injections, nobody believed me.
Yeah.
Baby can't believe me.
I did.
No one believed me. And when I went to the church, I was shaken because I didn't know if I was going to be right. And now I'm not even shaken because at least I know I'm saying this is going to be a rough time for many people. And I want to put it like Jesus would say, woe to you who suffer with mental ailment. Get help. Get on your medicine. Because this is a season where it's going to start drawing every negative thing up in us.
Yes.
It's going to start coming up to the surface. This is what Chiron is. This is what this 20-year is.
Yes.
And when the eclipse come again, it'll be a madhouse.
Yes. Actually, I just looked this up because I want to double check myself. Surprisingly, Aquarius, remember how we just said that Pluto marked the start of age of Aquarius, even though an age lasts 2,000 years. Pluto is going to be in
You hear
Aquarius.
that? An age lasts 2,000 years. So for the sun, it's going to shine and all that. That's not what I mean. This eclipse with Chiron is making a statement on America.
Yes.
It's a sign. These are signs. The Bible says there will be signs in the moon and the stars. These are the signs of marking that America is getting ready to go through some dark times. You heard it from me.
Yes. And furthermore,
And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it like I'm not coming within Jesus. I ain't coming like that. Okay?
oh my God.
That ain't my judge. I'm coming like as a person that sees.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming to say, I'm giving you a warning.
Yes.
If you don't want to believe me, read the signs.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. With no thrills, no chills, just coming to you as a person that sees and knows. I have been right too many times in my life. And like I said, I feel and I know it's scary. And I know because I've been going through things. I was just saying I don't know why I be so depressed. I was just saying this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't even have nothing to be depressed over. Well, of course I have something. When I don't see these stations up, like I don't have 5,000, stuff like that. But outside of that, I would like to say I'm happy overall. And if happiness means blessed, then I'm better than blessed. I can think of 1,000 things, well, not 1,000, but I can think of 10 things to complain about.
Okay.
But why bother?
That's true.
I'm not going to ruin my happiness because there's a lot of things that's coming on the earth.
Yes.
And not just for the United States, but each individual. Many of you are going to face death with family and loved ones.
Yes.
Sicknesses. It's how you cope with these things. Oh, help me, baby, grown. Say you trying to reach them. I'm trying to reach. It's how you deal with the calamities that just fall in your life. You've been at a job for 15 years and they don't need you no more. You're 50 years old and they don't need you. What do? You still have 17 more years of work and you find it hard to get a job. How do you deal mentally when the pressure starts stacking up and the prices are high?
Yes.
This is like once upon a time, you could just smoke and drink and do it. Those things now going to flip you over the edge. Do you understand? And
they're designing it that way, I bet.
Because CERN done went in and messed with that dark magic. That dark energy, and those spirits are up in the earth. They done dealt with something. It's in the atmosphere. It's matter.
Yes. And that's going to be a problem as Earth is raising its vibrations as well. Because those lower vibrations, it's going to have like a tug of war. We're going to feel that tension of like the negative and the positive fighting against each other, and ultimately.
And this is what it is. A lot of times, I could use the Bible. The Bible tells us a lot of things, like it says in the latter days. Okay. This in the book of Revelations, that there will come a great separation or a great falling away from the church. People are not falling away from the church. People are falling away from the teachings of the church. You see, I left because there was no room for a prophet. I don't even like it myself as a prophet. That's too hard for me. I'm a seer.
Yes.
I see and feel things.
Yes, she does.
I see literally. I've been that way all my life. I used to be embarrassed. I see and I feel things. That's how I do it. And they are intense for me. And it could happen anytime. And I used to say, I want to control it. But then the Bible began to tell me how you had great prophets, like the prophet Jeremiah. They used to go through fits and things when they would get prophecies. Okay. And I was like, oh, I'm not the only one. There are prophets that will go into places of depression. Yes, I think it was Jeremiah who would go into some kind of static fit when he had a prophecy. So the Bible began to show me you're not the only one. Right?
That's true.
These energies are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
They will knock you off your feet. You know what I'm saying? They no joke. So, but it's up to each individual to believe. I'm
Yes.
not here to convince you. I'm just here to share with you in a loving way where you could receive it. You don't have to
Yes.
be bow-breed. I'm not telling you go to church. I'm not telling you anoint yourself down in some holy oil, rub yourself down in some peanut butter and jelly. I'm not telling you do none of that. All I'm saying is consider. And remember, you heard it from the throne.
Yes. And to know that tomorrow is a very good time to get healing ahead of time for what America is about to approach.
The America, it's hitting the America, wherever this thing is. You know what?
Yes.
It is so precise that this energy, the pathway is in the sign of the Hebrew letter Tav.
Yes.
Okay? The old Hebrew letter
Yes.
Tav.
Ancient,
right?
going back.
Ancient Tav. So even that is telling you that it's on a pathway. And let me say this.
Yes.
A lot of people say, tarot cards are for the devil. My mother will not even watch my show, our show, because it's unholy. Did you know that the tarot card belong to the tarot, and it is the mysticism side of the Torah, which is how they had to learn. I'm not getting into where this come from,
Yes.
but this is the magic that they are doing. There is no other magic. It is knowing the secrets of the tree of life, being able to climb up and climb down and going through the different chakras. This is what it's all about. You could do it for good or you could do it for evil.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they are doing it. They have perfected it. How to go up, with angels, with demons.
Yep.
This is powerful magic. This is high magic.
Yes.
High. And this is the season for high magic.
Mm-hmm.
This is what this is too. So it's like the people that know what they're doing.
Yes. Especially because the sun is currently.
This is sun magic.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Especially because the sun is currently at its maximum.
It's maximum
energy. So it's like spurting out energy left and right, powerful bursts, and and the Earth is getting hit by this energy.
That's right.
So even before and after this solar eclipse, we're still going to be hit by this energy from the sun. So therefore, Earth is definitely being more energetically vibrated this year and the next coming year, and then it's going to start dying down.
And the thing is, and then I believe that I'm getting this feeling like something saying 27 or 26. I'm somewhere between. It just popped in my head. It's saying there's something great that's going to happen around that time.
Okay.
Everything I say is allegedly.
Yes, running right down here.
But I'm feeling something is great. And America is going to go through some horrendous times. And I know you don't want to believe it. And I know, because we are so spoiled. We can't believe that something can happen. I know. It's like, no, but 9/11 happened.
Yeah, that's that area.
It really did. Columbine happened. There were people going into mosques and synagogues and destroying them. Mm-hmm. Going into Christian churches and shooting up people.
Yes.
This is real. And just to think it's only going to get worse. Why? Because the price of living is going up. And as long as we in any action of war, we in some hard times.
Yes.
And remember, we can have all the money in the world, but money can't fix this.
No.
Especially when your past is starting to purge, because you're going to have to grow. You have to grow for the new age, to expand your mind, to be able to understand AI, to understand it. And AI deals with frequency.
Yes.
Frequency comes from the sun. Mm-hmm. And it also deals with your pineal gland, your third eye.
Yes.
These things are real. They have been secrets kept from you so you could stay in the dark.
Yes.
But I am telling you, this is a time, if you don't have some kind of faith or something that you can really hold on to, you need to find something for what awaits you. Forget the world, because everybody got their own cross to bear. You got to deal with your own shadow. You got your own saddle stuff. You got your whole life to live. I don't know what the next 20 years. That's a whole lifetime. All I know is in 20 years, a baby is born tomorrow.
Yeah.
And in 20 years, he or she could be walking down the aisle, pregnant and saying, I'm married.
Yes.
That's a long time, but a short time when you look at it. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Was there anybody? I know we didn't let anybody know we were coming on.
Yes.
No one came, nobody?
No, nobody wanted to call in, but we did have at least 7 viewers watching us.
Oh, we didn't know that they didn't leave their names or anything like that.
No, I mean, we had, aside from the few people that did comment throughout the video.
You could have shouted their names out
Yes,
for
I
me.
did.
Okay. Well,
and just lastly, I would just like to touch on CERN.
Yes.
Just because
they dealt with that dark magic.
It wouldn't be Baby Chrome if I did not touch on a little bit of physics. So, along with what CERN's doing and studying about literally how the workings and mechanisms of physical reality is to be, CERN is most importantly dealing with such small particles that we can't even imagine to describe its size. And literally, it's not, they tell you an atom is the smallest living thing, when really there's even smaller things than an atom that are alive and literally determine how life exists. And it's all based off of magnetism and also electricity, which is something that has to deal with fire, and magnetism has something to do with air, and that shows you the 2 qualities of the age of Aquarius and how the solar eclipse is very important during the time.
Baby, that was so deep. You gotta, okay. Could you just make it down to layman terms? I'm 5 years old right now.
Okay, well, CERN is just basically studying really tiny particles and how they determine the existence of life. Yes, and by them doing this, they have to deal with the matter, because they know there's life in that matter, and they're trying to. It's life in it. Yes,
and they trying to get and pull out what's in that matter. They trying to encapsulate it.
Yes,
and they know it's dark matter. It is a substance, it's something, they know it, but they trying to grab it. But I believe that it's already spilt on the earth, because people that worked in CERN had experiences, dreams, doing weird stuff. A lot of things was going on down there. So this stuff, if it happened there, it done creeped up on the earth. But there is a scripture in the Bible, and I just want to explain this. There is a scripture in the Bible that says that that in the latter days, that there will be demons that will be raised up in the last days. These were demons in darkness and change. I think it was in the book of Jude. I think it's in the book. If I'm wrong, Steve, I think it's in the book of Jude.
Okay.
Because I haven't read my Bible. I was a Bible thumper. But anyway, and it talks about these demonic forces that's coming up in the earth. I want to say to you, there were gods in the earth. These were like beings, Anunnakis, other gods from other planets. And they came here and created this earth, and we are a creation. You understand? And they left this earth, and they left us with knowledge, and they left everything for us as an experiment, you say. And so they are coming back.
Yes.
They are. People are seeing them. I saw them.
Yes.
The government knows. They are coming. When, like he said, it'll be like a thief in the night.
Never know.
It'll be like, maybe one day it'll be like spaceships all over the sky. I don't know. That's a horrendous sight to me. That would be horrifying. I don't know if I would just drop dead of a heart attack. I don't know. I know a lot of people fantasize and they think that this is going to be a great time. People think we're going to be pulled up out of the earth. Probably. Baby Clone had a dream.
Yes.
Yeah, probably will be snatched up after you're horrified to death.
Yes. Oh, Stephanie, love that. She said, can you talk more about the Anunnaki?
Oh, the Anunnakis, they were gods, and not all of them were nice. You know, they were here before us. They ruled the world, whatever. They came from other places, other beings. This is a long story. I'm just giving the gist of it. And so these Anunnakis were here. And so now they are coming back. Some of them were gods upon gods, like, you know, they had names and their names were higher. Like you had the you had the Elions, the high gods, the Elohims, the lower gods. They were wise. They were wise. And they said that these alien beings, they were giants. I believe that humans were big in those days. Yes. I believe it would be nothing to be 12 feet tall. Mm-hmm. But if I'm looking at somebody that's 22 feet, that's huge. But I ain't slow myself. Right. So if I am 16 feet tall, okay, mm-hmm. or I am 12 or 13, and that's considered short. And let's say my significant other, he's like 18 feet. We tall, but then there's a giant that's 22 feet. Why? Because the land was very tropical back then. Yes. So you have to have bigger lungs, bigger things to breathe. And everyone knows when you live in the South and it's warm, it's tropical, what do you have? A lot of bugs, a lot of strange bugs. Things are bigger in the South, right? They tell you things big in Texas, they big in the South. Anywhere where you have that warm weather. Yes. So we were bigger then. And so I believe when they said that we look like grass, we look like, no, I don't believe that. Because if so, how can you be intimate? That's like you trying to kiss a grasshopper. Mm-hmm. No, I don't believe that. Right. I don't believe it. And the movie, how do we know that they weren't tall and skinny? Yeah, that's true. Why did they got to make them so big? Like I'm just saying. It's just some things you just have to go precept upon precept, line upon line. But the Anunnakis are real. And I truly believe that they are coming back. They are beings and they will be back. I believe they left all this information, and not just the United States. The world is moaning and groaning for deliverance. Yes. There are hungry people, sick people, lost people. We need help on planet Earth. Yes. Because if we don't get help, we're going to all suffer. So we got to evolve to a higher level. And I truly believe that these alien beings, these beings will be back.
I watched a TV series.
Go for it.
Oh my God. They so sneaky.
Did I sneak something in on made you think?
Yes, you did. It was called the 3-body problem. It's a famous physics problem. It's a problem that cannot be solved. But that's not the point. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the underlying theme of something that can't be fixed is the whole point of the 3-body problem. However, this was a very old, famous Chinese...
Is that too bright?
No. An old, famous Chinese book from maybe the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, in the 1900s. But they just recently made a TV series about this on Netflix, and I watched it.
What was it?
It's called the 3-body problem.
Oh, okay.
And spoiler, I'm sorry for you guys that have not seen it, but it was.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Yes, no, you haven't. But now it's now so fitting. The woman, one of the women had in this Chinese area, they had sound communications from the aliens, and this particular main character has sent out a message to the aliens saying that the humans are pretty much doomed and they can't save themselves. We need you guys to save us. And so the whole premise of the movie was that these aliens, because of the whole three body problem, are coming back or coming to the earth to reside here and live here in America. So they're like,
they're gonna come over the whole world. They're not coming to in the movie.
Yes.
Oh no, they're not just coming to America. They coming to the world. And I truly believe it is just be like that movie, like Independence, where there'll be, I don't know, there just be spaceships all over the sky. I don't know how they're gonna do it. That's just my imagination. I don't know. Get your own. That's how I see it. They are preparing us now for alien invasion. The government, CNN, a year or so to go admitted there are aliens. A lot of times they didn't want people to know because they didn't want people to get scared, freak out, because people have a tendency to get scared and freak out. But because we are now so desensitized, we laugh at these things. We look at it now and say, I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in the Anunnaki. I don't believe in aliens. And I'm telling you, isn't that the most ridiculous thing? You think that you're the only being in the universe. That vast sky, you can't even count the stars.
Yes, where did we come from before?
You say that's just somebody that's just lazy. To me, that kind of thinking is stinking.
Okay.
Can you imagine being that lazy to just resolve in your mind that you are it and knowing that you're going to die?
Yeah, it's like extreme narcissism.
That's narcissism, but this is the time we're living in. People are unkind. I mean, we have grown women getting pregnant by young men, just really young boys. You understand? Their mind not even fully developed. No. They haven't even finished fully growing into their manhood. And I know you all say that's like baby Crone just got into her womanhood.
Yes, I sure did.
Slimmed up everything. Mm-hmm. At 22, he ain't there yet. No. Can you say that?
Yes, I can say that.
I'm just saying, there's just so much to be said. I don't know what else to say. I hope that you all.
I think we really covered everything.
I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, let me say this. When I'm saying that about the speaking in tongues, I'm not saying that as a disrespect to anyone's faith. I'm saying this is not what this is. Now, I like to act things out because I'm dramatic. I can't help it. It's just who I am. But that's not what I'm doing. So if that offended anyone, it was only done in just. You know how you have, where I come from, people shout. And so they may say, hey, Pinky, shout. Mm-hmm. And that was just me imitating that because I grew up in that. I didn't grow up in it, but I kind of did. I just grew up in church all my life, okay? And that was just a church that we resided in at the very end when my mom chose her own faith.
Well, Lady Crone, somebody else called She Got It All. I think you're going to have to make a separate video about this because our audience is very interested in the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I will do the Anunnakis. That will be the next time I come on where I have time because this was really about the witch call. And when I do it, I'm going to make it easy. I'm not going to try and make it all hard. That's why because for me, don't make things complex, like all scientific and you don't understand what they're talking about. Oh, sorry.
I didn't realize he was pointing at me.
So anyway, I will come back. We will definitely do the Anunnakis. I will tell you more about them. I truly believe. I do. And we will talk about the Anunnakis.
Yes. Stephanie said, I really enjoyed these topics about other beings and how they've helped humanity.
And they are there to help. And they are there either way. Like you got in this world, you have positive and negative. Yes. But somehow they need each other. Mm-hmm. The good and the bad, the up and the
Light
down.
dark.
They need together. They mix. They mix. You know, they need each other to play off of each other. But in the real sense, all of it is here to help us.
Yes.
Even the negative.
Yes, it is.
Even when the worst thing happened in your life, it is there to pull something out of you so you become your higher self. But it is hard for us because we stay and we live in our lower nature. And whenever we find ourselves getting afraid, like, you know, I'm walking down the street in my mind and all of a sudden a vicious dog. Where did the dog come from? Why do I need a dog there? Because it was just too peaceful. So my mind made up something to make me afraid.
Yes.
You understand? So when you learn to say, wait a minute, that dog is not real. I don't have to have that dog there. I just want to keep straight on my walk. These are the things that you learn through tarot cards. These are the things that you learn through Kabbalah.
Mm-hmm.
And without, and the tarot cards are a part of the Kabbalah system. And the Kabbalah is a part of the Torah. And the Torah is a part of high magic.
Oh, yes.
There is no other magic out there. You could say, Kemet, it's all the same.
Yes, it is.
Why? To reach to that rainbow body where you just like powder and no more.
Yes.
And on that, I hope you enjoyed it. This was a spare of the moment. We didn't warn anyone.
Said, Baby Crone is speaking so confidently. I love it.
Thank you. I'm glad she did. I told her stop studying. I said, if you don't stop studying, you know these things.
Yes.
You know.
And I still had to bring it into scientific, even though
that's who you are, babe. That's just who you are.
I know. I try to minimize it and not try to teach, but I still
that's
find
who you are. Just
anyway.
Make it fun and just remember, you're talking to people who probably don't understand those words.
Yes.
They are scientific words, right?
Yes.
She gonna get it. She gonna get it.
Somebody said Baby Crone teaching tonight.
She is.
It's been a while since Baby Crone has taught science on this channel, for real.
Because I've been wanting her to do it, but she said nobody showed up to her stuff and she gave up. So this is why I'm here. She said, you got to do it with me. And so I'm here. You know I'm going to take y'all to the bridge.
Yes, bring that esoteric. And
you know I'm going to bring it. You know I'm going to bring it. You know it. You know, to be honest with you, I don't liken myself to be a religious woman at all. I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. And when people say, what does that mean? That means I don't adhere to no other religion. I'm just into truth and love. What do you mean? I'm into the 10 Commandments.
Okay.
I'm into that. Mm-hmm. I'm into truth, seeking truth for myself, knowing truth for myself, you know? And when things happen to me, it happened to me. You or nobody else can't stop that. That's a truth.
Yeah.
That happened to me. Just because it didn't happen to you, don't mean this is not real for me. Mm-hmm. I'm learning all of these things as I go on my journey through this Kabbalah. So I got so much to teach you. I got so much to tell you. Oh, it's so much. Oh, if you stick with me, we're going to be walking. We're going to be doing some things.
Thank you for telling us what you guys like.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to, I promised you, it won't be this month because we got to do another thing. And then this was just to spare the month. But I promise you next month, we will do the Anunnaki. We're going to call it that. And remember, it's going to be down home. It's not going to be technical because I want to make it where you can feel and understand and see it, not make it way hard for you. You understand? By talking all these language like in the Never Land and far, far and away in the Kusapasi. You don't need that when I can break it down. And I'm good at that because I'm good at telling stories.
Yes, she is.
I'm good at it. And I'm good at it. So therefore, I'm good to be able to bring it on a level where it's not beneath you, but it seems like a story and you could be a part of it.
Yes.
Because when something is a part of you, it becomes real. And my thing is, whatever I do, even in my readings, I want you to see what I'm saying. I want you to feel what I'm saying. So you could
Mhm.
say, I feel that.
Yes.
I feel that. That's what I'm about. So I see and I feel. That is the seer I am. So is there anything else?
Nope.
Well, we certainly enjoyed you. We enjoyed
Yes.
all those people said something.
Yes.
Wow.
Even somebody gave one more last compliment to Baby Crone, saying, "Shout out to Baby Crone." Thank you guys.
Baby
For
Crone,
the
it was all
encouragement.
Baby Crone idea
It
to do
was.
this. And she said, do it with me, mother. And here I am.
Yes.
I will be here with her as long as I have breath and in my right frame of mind. I will be here for you, baby. So
Thank you.
with that being said, we thank you. We love you. We appreciate every comment. Please subscribe. Please
Yes.
sum us up so we can move up in the algorithm. You
Yes.
know, we're not trying to like beg, but please help us so we can get a better camera.
Yes,
Okay.
that is the
So
truth.
because why do I say? Because I'm trying to let the business take care of the business.
Yes.
This is the only reason why. So it don't cut into what I'm trying to pay my bills. You understand?
Mhm.
So this is what this is. But I thank you. I love you all. You make me feel so good when you comment. You don't know, you make my heart sing. You put a smile on baby's face because she always said they may not be interested. We are interested in her. She is a physicist. She will be graduating next year. So she is a physicist and she wants to be a doctor. So we got a smart one over here. So when she's speaking like that, that's just her native tongue. She learned to speak that way. I was a minister, so I speak like a minister. I could never get rid of my native tongue. As Christian, I grew up with that. And Judaism, I grew up with all that. So no matter what, that's the language I learned. That's just what I speak. She speak physics. I speak Bible.
Yes.
Get it?
Yeah.
Even though I believe in the Bible, I don't believe in the church anymore because I think that the church is in a fallen state. It doesn't understand the scriptures.
Okay.
And I think the church is blind. And I think the church teaches false truths. And I don't think the church feed the people. The church should be telling you about the Anunnakis. The church should be telling you about all of these things.
Yes.
The church should be really telling you what happened in the Garden of Eden. They ought to tell you these things. They should tell you about the stars instead of telling you to be afraid. Mm-hmm. Instead of worrying about how you dress and who you sleeping with. The church should be more open-minded. The church should be a place of learning, not judgment. That's all I got to say. But don't get me started. However, I'm not judging the church. I'm just saying what happened to me. And with that being said, I thank you so much. It was beautiful. I loved it. I hope that I hope you got something out of it. I really do. And with that, baby Cone, say your piece.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys get to enjoy the solar eclipse tomorrow.
Please do. Go in it.
Yes.
Make yourself, put some water in a jar and sit it out there before the eclipse and let that sun hit it as much as you can get it in the direct sun and get yourself some of that sun energy water. It's powerful. This is Chiron. Get your energy. And with that, what we're going to say, sunflowers.